it all up. Ram trucks, Jeeps, Dodges, they got plenty. And one thing we've learned the past few months, you don't need to go to the showroom. You could sit at home, browse, pick out a new Jeep, and you're done. LaFontaine will deliver it. Easy. They have streamlined the whole process. The pandemic has a habit of doing that, doesn't it? Go to FamilyDeal.com. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, pick the one you want. Purchase at the push of a button, paperless, and delivered right to your driveway. You don't have to go to Fenton or Saline or Clinton. Go to your couch. It's LaFontaine, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and we got a special just for ticket listeners, even you dirty Wolverines. Pre-owned vehicle from LaFontaine, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, you're getting a ticket service special, free 2-year maintenance package. Just say you heard it here. You can say you hate my guts. Doesn't matter. I'll still save you money. It's LaFontaine, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
This Radio.com Sports Minute is brought to you by Hall Financial. Go to DavidHallMortgage.com.
I'm Amy Lawrence for the Radio.com Sports Minute. Sponsored by Fisher Investments, helping people achieve a comfortable retirement for over 40 years. If the Marlins' biggest mistake was letting their guard down, it's an honest one, but still a choice made by one or two that affected dozens. Derek Jeter is defending his team as they return to the diamond Tuesday. It's been a tough price to pay for a franchise right out of the gate. More than a week of quarantine, isolation, and testing while the rest of the sport played on. Jeter wants to set the record straight. He says no way were Marlins out partying or carousing. They weren't running all over Atlanta before their first game. He said they got too comfortable and relaxed around each other. A couple guys left the hotel and then easily spread the virus throughout the travel party as they hung out together. Definitely a cautionary tale for the rest of baseball and for us sports fans too. I'm Amy Lawrence.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
The need for food and assistance in Michigan is greater than ever. Our local firefighters, law enforcement, and emergency first responders have stepped up to help with the Kroger First Responders Emergency Virtual Food Drive. This year, COVID-19 prevents them from collecting food and funds at local Kroger stores. So the virtual food drive was created to help collect funds for our local food banks. All month long, you can go to feedmich.com. That's feedmich.com and pick the food bank of your choice. Your donation will go directly to them. Let's help feed Michigan together at feedmich.com.
At Huntington, we're for people. The underdogs. The pioneers. The players. The slow and steadies. We're for people at Huntington. For who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money. But that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it because we're for people. Huntington, welcome. Member FDIC.
Grab a delicious, creamy, small Wendy's Frosty Cheeto for just $1. It's the perfect treat for any time of day. Whether you're just starting your day, looking for an afternoon pick-me-up, or craving a late-night sweet, a small Frosty Cheeto is the move. And it's only $1. Tomorrow's looking good at Wendy's. Available for a limited time. Price and participation may vary.
Coronavirus testing in Michigan has expanded. To learn if a test is right for you, call a healthcare provider or contact a testing site. To find a site and learn more about testing, visit michigan.gov/coronavirus test.
The names you trust, the teams you love.
Matthew Stafford from the COVID IR list and onto the active roster as a result of a false positive test. He was forced through the NFLPA protocols to sit out until he received 2 negatives. He received the false positive, and the next 3 tests were all negative. And again, they want to reiterate, to be clear, Matthew Stafford does not and never has had COVID-19.
What's going on? Whoa. Hi there. What? What's going on? I mean, it just seems ridiculous. What do you mean?
He has it, but then he doesn't have it.
Well, it's a false positive. Well, this is the issue with the testing, Roberto. Like, what happens when you get a false positive in season and miss a game and then it comes out that you didn't have it? This is the whole issue.
What's going on? No.
Objectively weird. Wearing them into someone's home, weirder.
us our stories for the first week of this show. So
How the hell you Come check like a maniac. I give equal time. Have you heard me make fun of Michigan State lately?
I have this. I mean, it's like this. Recruits want to feel the love. So as Saban didn't hug him, literally didn't show him any love, and he walked away. But the cleats, I remember, dude, Harbaugh wore those cleats at press conferences. I took a picture. I couldn't believe it. This guy really doesn't take them off. For some reason, he acted like he was next. His helmet was right there, ready to go into the game. He was waiting for Bo to tap him on the shoulders and say, "Jimmy, get in there and win me that big game." But yeah, not taking them off on the floor, man. Once you tick off Mama, you're not getting that guy. Yeah, that I could understand. I could see her coming in saying, "Who the hell has scuffed up my floor?" Isaiah, get in here right now.
In cleats. Like anytime I walk into someone's house, I go to take the shoes off, and if they stop me and go, "No, you're good," I still hit them with the "You sure?" I mean, this dude's rolling in. He doesn't just have shoes on. Cleats. Cleats.
It reminds me of when like the Chappelle skit where Rick James put his muddy shoes all over the couch.
Just buy another house.
That's what Harbaugh was saying. It's like, F your cow. F your floor.
Yo, cow!
Oh my God. I mean, now look, I don't know if he lost the recruit because of this truthfully or it's just a funny story.
But yeah, I mean, Saban's a bit of a psycho too. You just get one of the best offensive linemen out there, and the dude goes to hug you. Well, then, damn it, get on in there. Let me get my hands on him. For the real thing.
I believe that this probably was the reason why that his mother wasn't going to be on board with that. Harbaugh had officially offended her at her house, and she said, "No, you're not going there. Pick another school." But Ma, I really like it. He destroyed my floor, son, and hit him with that guilt. Man, there was no way he was going after that. Period.
Well, plus, I mean, I'm just thinking about, like, even if you wore dirty shoes on Harvey, you know you're going to have to get the Swiffer out, the steam mod. Man, you wear cleats. You tear that stuff up. That's amazing. Like, here's the thing. You're recruiting a kid in Brooklyn. What the hell are you wearing cleats for in Brooklyn? I might be able to work my way around this if you were in, like, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and the kid lives in a cow patch. You're going over the Williamsburg Bridge. What the hell are you doing wearing cleats?
I mean, I'm just imagining a TSA at the airport, like, what?
Maybe it's because he didn't have socks on. He wears them without socks.
It wouldn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You walk into someone's home, like when I go places, right? Like if it's summertime and you know you're going to be indoors, there's certain shoes you can't wear because you know you wouldn't have socks on. You're not going barefoot in someone's house. These are decisions we make as adults.
You're right, or you just keep an extra pair of socks in your vehicle like I do, just in case.
Right, nothing worse than going into someone's house. They ask you to take your shoes off knowing that you have a hole in your sock.
Right.
Jesus. Roberto's socks are like 6 years old.
If I'm going over to my house, I got to make sure that, I tip the butler and I say, "Hey, can I leave my shoes here?" And it's
right, but listen, you know how it rolls, man. My wife ain't going to play around with that.
No, she's not.
You ain't wearing the shoes in the house.
No, she's not.
I got to get into this Odell Beckham Jr. story. I'm excited to do this because I hate Odell Beckham Jr. And this is like a real release for me. So we're going to do this next. You go, but what did he do now? Oh, just talking. Just more talk. I want to see if Rico agrees. We'll do it next. 97.1.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, a disabled vehicle is reported blocking the right side of 75 northbound at 696. Be prepared for added backups from 7 Mile. Also, a couple of work zones seeing some added delays right now. That includes 8 Mile between Van Dyke and Gratiot Avenue, where there are double lane closures, and out in Pontiac, M59 westbound between Paddock and the Woodward Loop, where one lane is open. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic. I filled this pickup at BP with Amazon
miles?
Yep, we're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it.
I just said
We're gonna make it.
drive up to 25 miles further per tank with Amoco Ultimate with Invigorate. Available at BP and Amoco stations. Based on median difference between 93 octane Amoco Ultimate and 87 octane minimum detergent E10 fuels and link model full-size half-ton pickup trucks using EPA highway driving cycle. Assumes 100% of fuel in tank will be used. Results will vary based on what you drive, how you drive, and other factors.
Baseball is here. Are you ready to root for the home team? No matter where you are, you can enjoy the smooth, fruit-forward flavors of Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi. As the official wine of Major League Baseball, we encourage you to support local retailers. Check with your local liquor store for curbside pickup and delivery options, and bring Woodbridge home today. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. Woodbridge Winery, Acampo, California. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Did you know that Metamucil is available in packets, capsules, and fiber thins? Buy them today at Target and Target.com.
Sometimes our food is more than just food. It's an integral part of our community. So this year, Discover is giving $5 million to support Black-owned restaurants. To places like Robbie Scott's Barbecue in Charleston, Post Office Pies in Birmingham, Back in the Day Bakery in Savannah, and hundreds more places in your local community, all across the country. Learn how you can show your support at Discover.com.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip, it's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Capura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
When big things happen in Detroit sports, you hear it first on Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket. Breaking news powered by Radio.com Sports and brought to you by Pennzoil. Motor oils from natural gas. The proof is in the Pennzoil. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A Radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Jeff Glover and Associates. NFL players have until Thursday to opt out of the 2020 season. High-risk players will receive a $350,000 stipend with this contract clause, while those less at risk get $150,000. Players can opt out later in the season if a diagnosis reveals a player has a high-risk condition or a player's family member dies, is hospitalized, or is otherwise moved to a medical facility because of a COVID-19 related condition. As of this morning, 45 players have opted out. Tigers are back on the practice field today after getting a day off yesterday. No 4-game series for the Tigers and St. Louis Cardinals due to an outbreak of the coronavirus amongst the Cards. Tigers skipper Ron Gardenhire still feels very safe. Says his players have done an excellent job keeping up with safety protocols. However, if the team did suffer a COVID-19 outbreak like Miami or St. Louis, Gardenhire said he would have a hard time sticking around. The 62-year-old skipper had prostate cancer surgery in 2017 and is diabetic. And defending U.S. Open champion Rafael Nadal will not play in the event this year because of the coronavirus pandemic. That's your ticket update. More at 5. We'll go to 971theticket.com or radio.com.
They have features. All right, 4 o'clock in the Motor City. I got to do a little selfish radio. When I saw these comments from Odell Beckham Jr., my head damn near exploded. If any of you have listened to this show for any amount of time, you know that this dude has really risen up the ranks to being probably my most hated athlete. You're like, but how? He was a giant. Oh no, I wanted him gone. That's part of the reason I hate him. Because this dude is absolutely insufferable. But these comments today, I think they're even worse, and I want to explain why, so indulge me for a minute. Odell Beckham says he doesn't think the NFL should hold the 2020 season. Doesn't make any sense given the state of the world, and it's obviously for the owners, money.
Obviously, with everything going on, it doesn't make sense why we're trying to do this. He says we're not ready for football. So why are we trying to push forward? It's obviously for the owner's money, and that bothers me. Because there's always been this, and I hate saying it like that, but the owner's attitude is, quote, oh, we own you guys. And just kind of that unfairness going on, and they don't see us as human. I just feel like the season shouldn't happen. And I'm prepared for it not to happen, and I wouldn't mind not having it. Oh, well then surely, Odell, you're on the list of opt-outs, aren't you? Oh, you're not. Oh, you reported on time. Oh wait, what is this? You're a full participant in the testing protocols. Oh, here's the issue, and it's multifaceted. A, anything to do with Odell Beckham Jr. talking, I don't want to hear it. That's all this dude has done in his career. Talk. It's all he does. This guy's never caught a big pass in his life. This guy's never played a meaningful game in his life. And the one meaningful game he played in the playoffs, in Lambeau Field, dropped 2 third-down passes and a touchdown pass on the way to the Giants losing the game. But I hope you had fun on the boat in Miami. It's a hot, shirtless pick. But here's the other problem I have with this. Why are you talking about the season you don't want to be played, yet you're playing in it? Why are you in camp? I mean, it's just for the owner's money, right? I assume you're playing for charity. Did you just give your salary to somebody? You playing for free this year? Why, that's rather magnanimous of you. Oh, no, wait. You're slated to get paid. See, the problem I have, and Rico, I don't know how you'll feel about this, and maybe I'm connecting dots that aren't there, but I have a real problem when you invoke, I think there are racial tones to this. And I think at this time, where we are right now in this country, where we are with real race issues, with real social justice issues, I think it's cheap, and I think it weakens the real arguments when you try to kind of dance around the edges of it and just lightly invoke race without saying it. I think it makes you look like a sucker. And if Beckham's got this big of a problem, and Beckham thinks that the owners feel like they own you, and Beckham thinks, hey man, this season shouldn't happen, do me a solid. Don't play. And by the way, the owners who believe they own you would cut you a $350,000 check just for being a good dude. I hate this guy. I can't, the guy drives me nuts. Just shut up. The next time Odell Beckham Jr. should talk is when he catches a pass that matters. That's it. That's all I had to say about that. Rico, please, David, whoever wants to talk may talk. I had to get that out.
I still think you got a couple of things in you. Go ahead. Get it all out.
No, listen, I don't want to empty the bag totally.
Nah, I see where you're coming from with this. At least he didn't drop the whole plantation mentality, that type of thing.
Yeah, he didn't use the slave word.
Right. He said they own us, and it's, Mike, it still goes back to what I was talking about for college football. It's the game of chicken. He doesn't want to be there, but if he doesn't show up, he doesn't get all of his money. He's had this conversation with his agent saying, Odell, you need to get the... It's the same thing you kind of saw with the NBA when Victor Oladipo said, oh, I'm not playing this. I'm worried about my family. Victor, you don't get to $2 million. I'm okay with the bubble. It's, it's safe. It's a family community where
after further consideration.
Yeah, we thought about this, and I'm sure his agent said, Odell, you go there, and maybe if you cause enough trouble, they'll tell you to go home. But if they tell you to go home, then you'll get your money. If you decide, it's a difference between getting fired and quitting. He's trying to get fired right now. He wants the Browns to say, well, you know what, maybe you should go back. So let's stir the pot up a little bit. Let's do this. Let's make it seem like the owners are bad people. I understand. I don't have the hate for Odell that you have. So, but I see where you're coming from. But it's like everybody else. I think people
really don't want to play, but you don't want to. You got fans, you got people. You don't want to seem like you're weak, and it's sad that we live in that type of society. That you can talk about your feelings all you want, but bottom line, you're a football player. Damn it, get out there and play. And if you say you don't, oh, you're soft. You don't want to do this. He doesn't want to be there, but he's going to show up because you got to be there to get all your checks. He's not going to miss any money, not that he needs it.
No, but Rick, that's why I don't have any respect for him. If you don't want to be there, don't be there. I'd respect the decision more. I don't feel safe playing. I'm not down for this. We got bigger problems in football this year. Cool, you're out. No problem. I'll never rip a player for opting out. Never. But if you're going to play, you don't get to play and then shake both hands and say you don't want to play.
But that's
can't stand this guy. He's a bad teammate. I don't care what anybody says. You can't win with this dude in your locker room. You can't win. You cannot win. Here's Andrew Berry, the GM of the Browns, about 20 minutes ago. He was asked directly about Odell, because that's all this is. When you have Odell Beckham Jr. on your team, it's got to be all about Odell Beckham Jr., even though this guy hasn't done anything in his career that matters. Having a player of Odell's stature on the roster, obviously that generates a lot of attention. Yeah, because he always opens his mouth. Odell is very mindful. He has to be conscientious with his words. Is he? That being said, we've had plenty of dialogue with Odell. Not only just through the summer, but certainly as he's returned to Cleveland, and that's a positive. We feel really good about everything the league and the NFLPA have agreed upon and that we've done in Cleveland. I'd say in terms of Odell, he has returned and really been focused on working hard. He's been engaged in everything we've done in the classroom. He's focused on having a great year. I mean, this is why I don't listen to any of these GMs. What a crock.
Mike, it's not like he showed up drunk at a national championship game and started handing out $100 bills. So.
No, not at all. It's not like we got video of him, puffing a heater in bed with a chick in Paris. It's not like the boat picture. It's not like when he proposed to a kicking man. It's not like when he faked peeing in the end zone in Philly. It's not like when he lost his mind at Xavier Rhodes and damn near got ejected from the game, or fought Josh Norman, or dropped a touchdown in the playoffs. See, I got a million of these. Yeah, man, I got a million of these. This dude got up there and said, I don't want to play. And the GM's going, oh, we've had some great dialogue. What dialogue do you have with allegedly one of your best players who goes, man, please, the owners think they own us. And I don't even think there should be football. And I hope there isn't football.
Because, Mike,
what dialogue?
When you sign Odell Beckham Jr., that comes with, it's the baggage. You know that. The Browns had to sit there in a meeting and say, right now, if you don't want him, speak out. And they all said, you know what? Juice is going to be worth the squeeze. Let's take him. Let's bring him in here. It's why he's not a Lion, and he's a Brown.
No, and I'm being serious with this, and David knows what I'm about to say. And you can say, well, that's hyperbole. There's no way you're serious. You could give me Odell Beckham Jr. right now on the Lions for free. I wouldn't take it.
Oh, come on.
Seriously. You can't win with this guy, because when the pressure's on, you need to take it from someone who's had his Sundays ruined by this man. When the pressure's on and things don't go his way, it's like one of David's kids, and they flip out, the placemat goes to the left, and the crayons go to the right, and there's SpaghettiOs on the ceiling. Rico, I'm telling you, this dude is, when the pressure is on, he thinks he's the sweetness, and then he could quit at any moment. He could flip out at any moment. He could burst into tears at any moment. I'm telling you, you could give me this guy on my roster.
No, you're lying, Mike. Whatever happened to Root for Radio?
Mike, Odell Beckham Jr. or Dave Warner?
In what capacity?
You can have one.
Warner to be the OC of my football team, or Odell to be a wide receiver?
Yes. You gotta pick one.
I'll take one.
You really hate this man.
You don't understand. You don't understand. Yeah, sweet one-handed catch on Monday Night Football. We lost the game. You don't understand.
It's the worst. Having this guy on your team is the worst.
You wouldn't take it.
I don't want him. Honestly, I view having him on your team as like putting your dinky in a toaster. You don't want that either. Oh, Daddy, please, I love you. Oh, man. See, this is the problem with you being on this show. You have to understand, Roberto is always listening. You slip up, your words will be clipped, cut, mixed, chopped. Daddy,
sorry,
please,
I missed that. I just got back. I was going to get my toaster.
Man, it's the truth. I want to know where people are at. Rick, I'll give you all the time you need because I know we're a little over time here. But when you hear Odell say that, like, how can you take this guy serious? You have the opportunity to not play. You're not taking it. Your employer is saying, here are your options. We'll pay you if you don't want to play a stipend. If you don't feel safe, no problem. It won't affect your contract. And yet you still come out with it. Well, they feel like they own us, what he said. And then you show up to camp. That's where I'm at. 248-539-9797. Do what you want. 97.
Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union is open to all residents of the Lower Peninsula. See for yourself why they have a 96% satisfaction rating. MSGCU.org.
Hey there, it's Natalie from Google. One of my challenges here is finding candidates for IT support jobs. It's why Google's IT training program is now available for everyone. It helps you get ready for a job in under 6 months, and your resume will be considered by Google and more than 50 other employers. You don't need tech experience or a college degree. Enroll today at grow.google/IT certificate. That's grow.google/IT certificate.
Hey! Is more always better? Sometimes you just don't need more. Like when it comes to Michigan auto reform. If you have health insurance, including Medicare or Medicaid, you may not need more insurance. Ask an Allstate agent about your options and lower your costs, not your standards. There's no better time to get a quote from Allstate. Visit allstate.com or call a local agent.
Subject to terms, conditions, availability, and coverage selected. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference. Like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Morning.
How'd you get in my house, E?
Through the air conditioning vent. It's dark in there.
Go away.
How about some Honey Nut Cheerios?
Cheerios. Do I look like a child to you?
Honey Nut Cheerios are tasty and can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet. Did you just
No.
I'm pretty sure I heard a
It was my dryer.
You might want to get that thing checked out. Have a change of heart. Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Yeah, buying some pretzel sticks?
Excuse me?
This is your wake-up call from TracPhone Wireless.
Okay.
What if you didn't eat all those pretzel sticks by the end of the month, so this store took them back?
Good luck.
That's how some wireless companies are with your data, but TracPhone Wireless gives you unlimited carryover data with active service, so you keep what you pay for. Plans start at $20 a month.
Wow, that's cool.
Sir, are you bothering the customers?
Yeah, hang on.
This is your wake-up call, people. TracPhone Wireless. Now you're in control.
See terms and conditions at TracPhone.com.
From muscle pain, body aches, to strains, Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis. It works fast and you won't stink. Its unique formula with emu oil penetrates deep to relieve arthritis pain, sore muscles, joints, and more.
It's all about the Tullymore Resort this week, and right now, buy any Tullymore Twosome or Sunday Sizzler package at LessonOnGolf.com. I'll throw in a dozen new Bridgestone Tour balls, only at LessonOnGolf.com. Lesson on Golf, Sunday 8 a.m., 97.1 The Ticket.
Let your voice be heard. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
All right, as we approach 4:30, I've said what I need to say about Odell. I need to give Rico some time. I need to let the ticket texts happen. I know, David, we're way behind on those. 248-539-9797. We'll get a blitz in the mix as well later this hour. Still awaiting the Big Ten schedule. Still awaiting just one of these conferences to act like the pandemic is real, but whatever. Gentlemen, let's do ticket text first. I think Rico is very afraid to discuss Odell because it is that level of hatred I have.
Well, simply in the ticket text, what's really coming through over and over again, and I have to only read one, but they're all saying, is OBJ the NFL's version of Kyrie Irving?
Oh, God. That's 1 and 1A. Like in the horse race of hatred, it's Odell and Kyrie as part of an entry. It's 1 and 1A of the two guys I hate most in sports.
And see, Mike,
absolutely.
I was going to say, could it be that one day Odell kind of grows up the way Randy Moss did? And Randy Moss was just kind of all about Randy, and near the end of his career, he realized, I got a great talent. I want to try and win. And, damn near did it with the New England Patriot team. So maybe he grows up, right?
The difference is I'd put up with Randy because to me, he's one of the 3 best receivers in history. This guy's not
Odell says he's one of the 3 best.
Yeah, right.
Him, Jerry Rice, and Randy Moss.
I just, please, man. Certain guys, would you say the juice is worth the squeeze?
The juice is worth the squeeze with some people. That you put up with their antics.
Not with this cat, and not with Kyrie. Kyrie will destroy you. Saw what he did firsthand in Boston. Kyrie's a con artist.
Yeah, he lost me with the flat earth thing.
Fair.
But to your point about, dealing with certain antics, I hate to bring it up because everybody hates when I bring up my team, but the Steelers dealt with AB for years. For years he was doing things behind the scenes, and they never said a word. They never did anything about it until he just went overboard and started doing the locker room videos and calling out Big Ben publicly. He didn't accept it anymore.
But again, Antonio Brown right now, even after losing his mind and hurling a bag of candy penises at his baby mama, is a better football player than Odell Beckham Jr.
I'm going to have to challenge you on that one. If I had to choose between the two, I'm taking Odell.
No, AB all day.
Dude, AB may not make it between plays. He will do something stupid.
And you're right about that, Rico, because to your other point, he did the same thing in Oakland. He didn't want to play, but he wanted to get paid.
Right.
So he did the crazy thing with the helmet and the feed and all this stuff, and he got out, but he's never been back.
I don't know that he ever will be. I was just making the point. Go ahead.
Another ticket text here says OBJ and LeBron are the same guy, sociopathic, and only think about themselves first.
No, LeBron's just a goofball. He's not sociopathic. Like, LeBron does harmless stuff, like the decision or sitting in a throne. But LeBron wins. Come on, man. Don't make me defend LeBron. That makes me nauseous.
No, right. Come on. Yeah, Taco Tuesday, that's fun. I mean, yeah, he's not a detriment to his team, period. And even the decision, people didn't like it because it was look at me, but I'm quite sure the people in Miami didn't care because he brought them rings. So
then he did that press conference, and it was a total embarrassment.
He's only detrimental when he has fake hair on his head.
You would think, too, with all the money he's got, he could just really get some sweet lettuce. I don't know how. Same thing with Kevin Durant. Why are you rolling around like that?
The $15 wig I bought when I came back would look better than LeBron.
I got nothing.
Because you know there's no answer.
You know
It's
what?
almost like
Last night when I'm watching the game, I was sitting in the living room saying, when is LeBron going to face facts and just shave it and go bald? And just let it happen.
He's like the Sully of the NBA.
Right.
Mama's calling. Shave it.
Right, well, he's got the mange out there like, dude, you